Everybody loves football on game day. The lights, the crowd, the big plays. But what people don't always understand is everything comes with actually playing the game. The roles you have to accept, the competition you face every single day, the pressure to perform, and the reality that nothing is guaranteed. And eventually, the game ends. Today, we're talking about the real side of football, what it actually takes to stay on the field, what practice is really like, and the part of the process that nobody prepares you for. Life after football. Welcome to episode 16 of the Trust Troupey Podcast. Yo! What is good, everybody? What is good, everybody? Episode 16. We are 16 weeks into it. We're 16 weeks into this glorious podcast. Slowly growing. The only way to get growth is to keep going. And we slowly going, you know what I mean? But little plugging, got to do a little plugging. Make sure you guys go follow the main TikTok at Troupey Whoopie. A lot of the things I talk about come from what I talk about over there. Make sure you go follow the podcast TikTok page at the Trust Troupey Podcast. Slowly growing on there. Make sure you guys go follow and support on YouTube. Go subscribe on YouTube at Troupey Whoopie over there. Make sure you guys are getting your content, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get to a groove where I post a lot more other content, you know what I'm saying? Where I post a lot more other content other than just the podcast and stuff like that. It's coming. Give me a little bit of time, you know what I mean? It's coming. But also make sure you go follow the podcast pages on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Yo, listen to it in the car, listen to it on the way to work, listen to it while at work. 45 to an hour episodes, nothing crazy. I love it, man. We're getting somewhere. We're always growing. Today's another type of episode. We're going to talk about not the mental side, but like what kind of goes into football, you know what I'm saying? Talking about like what'll get you on the field, what won't get you on the field, that type of stuff. And I've talked about some of this stuff before, but I'm going into more detail about specifics today, you know what I mean? Segment 1, I want to talk about how a lot of people don't realize this is you're not going to be the star at whatever college you go to or whatever you're going to have to work your way up. Now, preface this, there are going to be a lot of people that are the star. There are going to be people that are that good that can make a day one impact. But I'm going to tell you this now. Every single star and every single person on on their college team, not every single person, but a good majority of everybody on their college team was that guy in high school, was that guy in middle school, was that guy. Every single person. And we can even apply this to high school too. A lot of the people coming from middle school was that guy in middle school. You get to high school, it's a different area, and you got to level up a little bit. Same thing with college. A lot of people that go to college to play college football was that guy in high school. The best player on the team, all of that. A lot of people have that. When you get to college, it's a different ball game. You're no longer that guy. Sometimes you are, sometimes you aren't. But a good majority of them, y'all won't be that guy. You just won't. And I'm trying to prepare you now. So you can understand and know that you're going to have to work harder than everybody else in order to be that guy. In order to get to that point where you're not the star. You know what I'm saying? Where you're not the star. One of the first things you learn in football is that you're just not going to be the star. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good to play your role. Sometimes it's good to be a backup and learn under somebody else. Sometimes it's good to be a part of a rotation, to take special teams seriously. I tell everybody coming into college, yeah, some of y'all will be that guy, but some of y'all better learn special teams. Y'all better learn special teams fast. If you're not aggressive on kickoff, you better get aggressive on kickoff. If you don't take it seriously, you better take it seriously. Because for some of y'all, that's going to be the only playing time you get your first 2-3 years sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes that's going to be the only playing time you get. My freshman and sophomore year, that was the majority of the playing time I got was special teams in college. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, sophomore year, I got more and more reps, but you know what I mean? Junior, senior year was a little bit different. I was still playing special teams junior year. Senior year, I didn't play special teams at all because I was a starter on defense. But, hey, man, you going to have to still work. You going to have to still do your thing. You better learn special teams. I told y'all. You better learn it. But that's okay. If everybody was good enough to play, there wouldn't be college programs. You know what I'm saying? because you need those people that have gone through the ranks of the program, that are bought in and everything. You know what I'm saying? You just got to realize every role matters. Even the players that do not touch the field, your role matters. I don't think people understand how important scout team is when it comes to football. Scout team is what gets the starting offense or the starting defense in the right spots in the right places and making sure that they're winning, making sure that they know what they're going to see. I don't think people understand scout team. I don't think people understand how important those scout team players are. Now, they can be annoying sometimes. I've met a couple scout team All-Americans, but they help so much just understanding what you're going to see on game day, because scout team is also another way for you to go out there and show you like that. Think about it. I want you to think about this. For everybody that shits on scout team, that shits on the things you can do with scout, think about it from this perspective. You're going against the ones every single rep in scout. You're going against the ones every single rep in scout team. That is your chance to bust somebody's ass. That is your chance to absolutely go out there and do your damage against the best players on the team, against the best players on defense. Receivers, that is your chance to go out there and route up the best corners on the team. Linemen, that is your chance to go out there and pancake the starting defensive tackle, the starting defensive end. Quarterbacks, that is your chance to go out there and route up the starting defense, and vice versa for the scout team defense too. I'm telling you. You don't understand. You don't understand how important scout team is. That is how a lot of people get noticed. Going out there and busting your ass on scout team. That's how a lot of people get noticed. I'm trying to tell y'all, take scout team seriously. Take special teams seriously. Take those roles of not playing seriously, because once you get to playing, you're going to appreciate those roles a lot more. Obviously, everybody wants to play in college. Everybody wants to be that guy. Everybody wants to be the star of the team. Not understanding what comes with being the star of the team. You got to work through it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta come through the program and earn your keep. Not everybody's gonna be a star, man. Everybody wants to be a star, but not everybody's gonna be the star. Everybody has a role on a football team. I'm telling you, even the bench players that don't play at all. I don't think you understand how important being on the bench and being on the field and hearing your teammates get hype. Now, again, that sounds like some sucker shit. It sounds like, oh shit, I'm not playing. Why would I? No, but no, I'm telling you, it helps. You want to see your team win. Sometimes it's all about putting your pride and your ego to the side and doing what's best for the team. Whether that's cheering extra loud so the starting defense is hype. Whether that's signal calling when the quarterback is in, whether that's anything, those extra little things matter. I'm trying to tell you. You take it for granted. You take it for granted until you actually need it. Because the moment you don't have somebody signal calling the right way, you're gonna be like, damn, I missed that other dude that used to signal call on some crazy shit. The moment you hear a quiet crowd, you're going to be like, damn, I missed the teammates that was willing to cheer for me at any moment. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Cherish those. Not only cherish those moments, but also be in the present. Be in the present for those moments. Be in the present for those moments too, man. Because it's going to be a lot of the time, man, that people are going to be complaining, that people are going to be doing a lot of, well, I should be playing or whatever, but they don't want to show why they should be playing. It's going to be a lot of people in there that's going to be like, that's going to feel as if they got to resent the person next to them because they're not playing. No, we talked about it last week. Football is a team sport. Football is a team sport. And the more you sit there and you realize that it's a team sport, the more you realize I got to do whatever it takes for my team to win. And if the best scenario for my team to win is for me to take a back road on my reps, cool, you got to do that. I give a scenario all the time. Would you rather be the star player on the team, you score 5 touchdowns in the national championship game, but y'all lose the game? But you got yours. Or would you rather go out there, you're a starter on the team, you play the shittiest game of your life. As a DB, you go out there and you drop 7 balls. You drop 7 picks and you get blurred over the top 7 times, but y'all win the football game. Or would you rather be the star? I'm telling you. Would you rather be the star, score, whatever, but you're the DB? You're a player on the team. You have the worst game of your life, and you win the championship. Which one? It's either you lose or you win. I'm doing whatever it takes for my team to win. I don't know about y'all. I'm doing whatever it takes for my team to win a football game. If that means me switching to another position and learning a new position, cool. If that means me taking less reps so other people can take more reps so we can be the best team possible, cool. If that means making sure I'm getting better in on scout team or getting better on special teams, cool. Some of y'all got too high of ego. Some of y'all are only thinking me, and not thinking, damn, what's best for the team? What do I need to do? What do I need to do for the betterment of the team? I guarantee you if the majority of y'all get that selfish tendency out of your head, get that selfish thought that the only thing that matters is me, you'll win a lot more football games, and you'll be the reason why you win a lot more football games. Get that selfish mentality out of your head. Nobody cares about it. I guarantee you, your coach is going to sit there and look at you like, dog, do what it takes to win. Some of y'all don't got that winning mentality. Some of y'all don't understand that winning is more than just scoring points. It's more than just being that guy. Winning a lot of the time is putting your pride to the side and understanding that there are other ways to win. You don't always got to win by doing this, that, and the third. There are other ways to win. Y'all will realize it soon. When you on a winning team and coaches know what it takes to win, I promise you'll put that ego to the side real quick. And you realize, damn, this is not my program. This is our program. We have to figure it out together. But let's move on to the next segment. I want to talk about the reality of competing every day. The reality of competing every day. The reality of, you know what I'm saying, of going to war every day. We always talk about the saying, iron sharpens iron. What does that really mean? You know what I'm saying? What does that really mean? What does iron sharpens iron really mean? It means you only can get better by facing against the best. You only can get better by facing against the best. I'm going to say it again. You only can get better by facing against the best. And if you're not facing against the best, you're never going to get better. Now, I will say there's a preface to this because there are sometimes just working at all is better than not at all. But you only see the difference in your work if you're facing against the best. The same thing goes for weightlifting. You're only going to see gains if you're putting up the weight. You know what I'm saying? You're only going to see gains if you're constantly in there working. You know what I'm saying? But in football, nothing's ever locked in. You're competing every single play. I love coaches that put an emphasis on coming to practice compete. I love coaches that don't solidify their team before it's done. I love coaches that are able to realize that this guy may not be better than him, but he's coming to compete every day, so he's gonna get a shot. I love coaches that are able to give young athletes a shot. I love it. Because I will tell you now, I told this on my TikTok, some of the best receivers I've ever guarded were in practice. Some of the best competitions I've ever faced was in practice. And that made the football games I was playing outside of practice 10 times easier. If you're not practicing harder than you're playing, then you're never going to see a difference. Some of the most difficult receivers I've guarded in my life, Trey, Jalen, Robbie, all of those guys were the reason why I was a better corner. You have to go and compete. The depth chart is always changing. I promise you, there have been multiple times to where this guy started at the bottom of the depth chart, but then he came and showed up every single day and was competing every single day and was busting people's ass every day, and he forced the coaches to put him on the field. Hey, coach, you need me out there. If I'm not out there, then guess what? You're not going to win, and you got to prove that. That's what competition is for. You got to earn your spot daily. Go into practice with a mentality that I have to re-earn my spot every single practice. I have to re-earn my spot every single play. Go into college, go into high school, go into anything with that mentality, and I promise you, you're going to play the best every single play. You don't win your spot once. You win it every play. You win it every day. Your spot is never safe. Your spot is never safe. That's why you got to go out there and bust your ass to make sure you understand, to make sure people understand that it is safe. To make sure people understand that this is your spot. It's a little bit of motivation. It shouldn't be scary. It should be something in you that you say to yourself, damn, I would hate to give up my spot right now. My coach told me my sophomore year of college, hey, you're showing growth, but it's my job to recruit somebody better than you. Show me that player's not better than you. Have that mentality every single day, and I promise you, ain't nobody gonna beat you out for no spot, ain't nobody gonna take your spot, and everybody gonna take nothing. You do that every single play, every single day, nobody, and I mean nobody, will tell you that you aren't good enough, that this, that, and the third. I'm telling you, your spot is never safe. But even within that, if your spot gets taken, it's your job to go take it back. Don't resent the player. Don't resent the other dude. It's easy to resent players that take your spot. You think it's their fault. No, they worked harder than you. Don't resent him. Don't talk shit about him. Don't sit there and call him trash and say you better than him. He clearly better than you. If he playing, now politics go into things sometimes. Politics sometimes don't help. But don't resent that player. Don't resent your teammate just because he took your spot. Go out there the next day and show you deserve that spot back. Go out there the next game, the next practice, the next film session, the next whatever, and show that this is yours. Nobody can take it from you. That nobody can take that spot from you. I hate when I see that, because it's easy to do. It's easy to resent somebody that took something from you. At the end of the day, you got to go earn it back. Take it within yourself to say, hey, I wasn't good enough in this moment. I wasn't good enough at this time. I wasn't good enough to show that I need to be playing. I got to go regain that back. I have to go regain that back. My bad, y'all. Shit getting cut anyway. I got to go regain that back, man. I'm trying to tell you. Don't resent that player. Don't resent your teammate for being able to take your spot. Resent yourself for not working hard enough to solidify your spot. Oh, that's a bar. That's a bar, fellas. Fellas, ladies, whoever's listening. Don't resent your teammate for being able to take your spot. Resent yourself for not working hard enough to secure your spot. No spot is guaranteed. And that's how it should be in every program. It should be like that in every single program. I promise you. It should be like that in every single program. You know what I mean? But let's get into the next segment. Segment 3. I got a very valid question the other day. What does a college practice look like? Is it any different from high school? Is it any different from middle school? Whatever. Drastically different. I'm going to tell you a story. Going into my freshman year of college, they didn't tell us how to do practice. They just assumed we were ready for it, right? So our first day of fall camp, we get on campus. We've been on campus for about a day. We had film yesterday night. I don't know what to expect. It's the first practice. We get out there, immediately straight to stretch lines. We get to stretch lines. I'm tired after the stretch lines. Oh, my God. Straight into individual, right? We have about 15, 20 minutes of individual, straight in the team, back in the team run. Then we got one-on-ones, and then we got team in general. And then we go on the 7-on-7, and then we got another 2-minute period to end practice. And it all went like that. It was all fast as hell, bro. It was all fast as hell. That's the biggest difference is high school is cool. High school will move fast depending on where you play. Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Florida, California, all of those schools, man, their practices will move a lot different than the Indiana practice, I can tell you that. But when you get to college, that practice moves 10 times faster than that. 10 times faster than that. It's a lot of high intensity. I'm telling you, in college, you're practicing harder than you play in the games. And it's meant to be like that. It's meant to be like that. In practice, you're practicing max intensity every single play. You're competing every single play. I just said in the last segment, everything is a competition. In college, you're going to war every single play, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Because not only are you competing with the people in your position, you're competing with the people in your grade, but you're also competing with the people who are sophomores, juniors, and seniors who have already solidified themselves as foundation pieces. So not only that, you have to get in there, you have to go in there and show how good you are. You have to show that you're miles better than everybody else before even stepping on your first game. College practices are different. And you're practicing, I think, in the NCAA, you have 1 day off a week. So you're practicing 3 to 4 days a week. And then one day it'll be a walkthrough practice. One day it'll be a walkthrough practice during the game. But during fall camp, oh my God. I'll talk more about fall camp towards the end of the summer when people start to get into it. Fall camp is the most brutal shit you'll go through. Everything else feels like nothing. Fall and spring camp feel like ass. Waking up at the ass crack of dawn, practicing, lifting, film until 10, 11 o'clock. Repeat every single day. Wake up at 6 a.m. Do it every single day for about 2 to 3 weeks, dog. Every single week. Oh my God. How did I survive? I don't know. All I know is that I survived. I found a way through it. 4 years of fall camps, 4 years of spring camp, 4 years of all of that. Good God. I don't think y'all understand, man, but college practices are so different. College practices are so different. They move so fast. They have so much intensity. The best players I've guarded were in practice, not in the game. The best players I've guarded is in practice. Practice, bro. That's how bad it gets, bro. Oh my God, bro. Practice shouldn't be preparation. Practice should be a mixture of preparation, competition, and war. Because we went to war out there against the offense every single day. It got to the point where we was beefing with the offense for about 2 weeks. Solely because we all just wanted it that bad. We all wanted to compete that bad. Beefing with the offense every single day, talking that shit after every single play. We hype after every play. Practice is war, fellas. But I loved it. I wouldn't have it any other way. That's the only way it's supposed to be. If you're not performing in practice, you cannot expect to perform in games. If you're not performing in practice, you're not playing. You go to war. And think about it. I'm talking about it like this, and I only play D3 ball. Imagine what practice looks like in the dead south of Alabama, in the dead heat of Florida, Mississippi, and LSU, and Michigan, Ohio State, and those big-ass programs at Notre Dame, at all of these big-ass programs. Imagine what practice looks like then. Boy, I'm trying to tell you. Practice every day is supposed to prepare you for what you could see in the game. You might even see it in the game. You might not even see it, but practice every day should prepare you what you are expecting to see in the game. The college games are 10 times easier than college practices because you practice that hard. That's how it should be. That is how it should be. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my goodness. I get PTSD for some of our practices because we ran so much. There was one day we were practicing in the spring, and we had our little spring scrimmage on a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? We had our little spring scrimmage on a Saturday. And, you know what I'm saying? It was an open practice, so a bunch of people came out to see. It was basically like our spring game, right? Whatever. Because we had a ring ceremony right after that. Man, we went out there, and we played like shit. That's simple. We play like ass. That Monday following, our coach was so pissed off at us. He was like, that is the worst scrimmage I've ever seen in my life. We're running until I feel like we're not running no more. My God, we did a pursuit drill. But as soon as the rabbit would come through, we had to go sideline. And we did that for like 15 straight reps. No break. Tired as shit. And then we had to go through the rest of practice after that. Good God. Oh my God. I've never been that tired in my life. I've never been that tired in my life. Bro. I ran track in college too. I ain't never been that tired. The worst conditioning I've ever gone through, bro. The worst conditioning I've ever gone through. And I might tell that. Actually, I'm going to tell that story time on TikTok later today. But that was the worst conditioning I've ever gone through. It was so bad. Couldn't feel my legs. Oh my God, it was so bad. But practice should feel like a war zone. You should be practicing hard as shit. If you are going into practice and you're like, oh, another day. No, you're not practicing correctly. Or your team isn't practicing correctly. You know what I'm saying? You should be out there competing every single day, man. Every single day. You know what I mean? Every single day you should be out there competing. But let's get into the next segment. I want to talk about the NFL draft. Some things I was very excited to see. Some things I wasn't excited to see. It's been about a week or so since the draft happened. And I want to say, I think the Chiefs won the draft. I think the Kansas City Chiefs won the draft. You think about what they lost. You think about what they needed. You think about everything that they were looking for. They needed some pass rush. They needed another D tackle. Chris Jones is not going to play much longer. They needed a corner. And then to top it all off, you have Spagnuolo's defense. So you put Mansour Delane in Spagnuolo's defense? In Spag's defense? Oh my good God. Him and Noah Williams are going to eat. Then you went and got R. Mason Thomas, who was a top 15 player in this draft, in my opinion. He was just old. You went and grabbed him as a crazy edge rusher who was disgusting at Oklahoma. Just to top it all off, you got Peter Woods at the end of the first round, who, again, I have been saying this all year. Peter Woods was a top 5 player in this draft, and he went late to the Chiefs. The Chiefs will be another Super Bowl contender again this year. They will be. As long as Patrick Mahomes and everybody stays healthy, Super Bowl contender. The Chiefs won the draft. But a couple other teams that had really good drafts, the Giants had a really good draft. I really like Arvell Reese. I really like the way they were able to. I really like drafting Arvell Reese, but also drafting Maui Noah too. I believe they got Maui Noah. Did they get Maui Noah or Fano? One of those two. Man, they had a damn good draft. Who else had a good draft? Not a fan of the Raiders draft. I've said it once. I've said it often. I'm not a believer in Fernando Mendoza, and I don't think he's a day one starter in the NFL. I would hope and pray that they're gonna give him a couple years. I don't think he's a day one starter. I don't think he's a day one anything. I think he won the Heisman in a weak Heisman year, and I think that's simply what we're getting at here. I think that's what we're getting at here. Raiders draft is whatever. We do have to talk about the Rams draft. Ty Simpson in the first round. Wicked. Why? Why would you draft him in the first round? Why would you draft Ty Simpson in the first round? You didn't need him. I understand you're looking for your backup. Ty Simpson would have been readily available in the second round. He'd have been readily available in the third round. Readily. But you reach on a first round, on a top 15 pick? Fuck out of here. No, absolutely not. Regardless of any of that, I want to talk about my Cardinals draft. All in all, I think the Cardinals drafted solid. They drafted somewhat well. It was a okay draft class, except for one pick. Now, I'm going to look you in the eye when I say this. Why? Why would you go get Carson Beck? I understand we are in need of a quarterback, but next year we have the Avengers coming in for the quarterback draft class, and you drafted Carson Beck. And I got a lot of people telling me as a Cardinals fan, hey, that's actually a good pick. I don't hate the pick. I hate the pick. I hate it. I don't like it, actually. I don't like it at all. No, you don't do that. You don't draft Carson Beck in the third round. When we are trying to bolster up our O-line and D-line, we could have got plenty of more. We could have got another edge rusher. Could have got another D tackle. Something. But instead we get Carson Beck. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. Hold on, give me a second. I do not want to hear it. Absolutely not. That's not a good pick. It's not a good pick at all. Give me 1 second. Did you leave the key to the clubhouse?
Yeah, I didn't grab it.
Where's it at?
I don't know.
I did have it last. All right, my bad. All right, my fault, y'all. That's getting cut out. Yeah. A lot of things that could be said about the draft. A lot of things that could not be said about the draft. I want to give my input on it. Since it's a football podcast, I want to make sure everybody understands where I stood on the draft and everything. But let's get into the next segment. Couple more segments left. Not long in this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Not long in this podcast. I want to talk about, for the next couple of minutes, I want to talk about life after football. I made a video yesterday talking about life after football and how much it affects you just in every aspect. And I just want to talk to people about how much you should cherish the game of football. Because I'm telling you, the moment it's gone, the moment this game is gone, you're going to miss it so much. Dude, I've been out of football for about a year and a half now. I played my last football game on December 9th, 2024. I miss it every day. I want to play so bad. I don't want to play further than college, but I do miss the game. I didn't want to play further than college, but I do miss the game. You know what I'm saying? I miss it. That's why I'm talking about it. That's why I'm getting paid to talk about football now. That's why I'm getting paid, but I miss it every day. Cherish the game of football while you have it. But I want to talk about some of the struggles you kind of go through after football ends. You know what I'm saying? The first thing I talked about yesterday on the TikTok is my weight. I'm not getting fat at all. I'm building muscle. Actually, I'm building muscle easier than I've ever built muscle ever in my life. I went from, at the end of football, I was probably like 160. I am now 180 lean, and I feel like a tank. I lift, and I eat. You know what I'm saying? But like, I had a couple people that came up to me and told me, hey, what position did you play in college? You don't look like you were built like a DB. Sorry, I gained 15 to 20 pounds and pure muscle. All I'm doing is lifting. I'm lifting. I'm hitting the treadmill probably 2 to 3 times a week, and I'm eating a lot. People don't talk about how much weight you lose during football. How much weight you lose during practice every day. That's a lot of running you're doing. Easily will lose 7 to 10 pounds every practice and gain it all back eating, and lose it every single day. During a game, it's probably more than that. It's probably 10 to 12. It's because how much your weight fluctuates. And I ran track in college, so I was doing a lot of running. Good God, trying to fluctuate. My weight fluctuated from football to track season. Football season, I'm anywhere from 165 to 170. Track season, I'm down to 150. Good God. People don't talk about that, and I haven't seen a lot of people talk about that, but it's no longer a thing of, oh, I can just go in and eat whatever or whatever. Oh, I'm still going to eat whatever. But I'm in there, I'm lifting a shit ton, and I'm eating a shit ton, and I'm just putting on a bunch of muscle. You know what I mean? Because I used to lose weight so quickly. You know what I'm saying? I still lose weight super quickly, but now it's to the point where I'm not running every single day like I was in football practice. I'm not running miles upon miles on my feet all the time. You know what I mean? And it's so different. I don't hear a lot of people talk about that. I hear a lot of people talk about, I do hear a lot of people talk about the difference in weight rooms. Oh my God. Easily. That's one of the biggest shockers about being done with football is in that weight room. I used to wake up at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday lift, and I'm watching my D lineman bench 600 for reps. I'm watching my O lineman rep 700 on a squat for reps, repping 400, 500 pounds on bench and all of this, hang cleaning 315 for reps just because. Now I get to the gym and I feel like I look weird trying to do my explosive workouts. Oh my God. Life after football is weird, man. Life after football is strange. But there's just so many things I miss about the game. There's so many things I wish I could have back. There's so many things that I genuinely wish I can go back and play again. I would give anything to go back and play another college football game, to play another high school football game. I would give it all. I would give a lot of things up to go play another football game where it matters again. You know what I'm saying? But I did make the decision. I made the decision that I don't want to play football after college because my body was done. I'm not going to lie to y'all. My body was so cooked. For the first year after football ended, bro, my body was cooked. My knees is on fire. My arms, fingers is all messed up. You know what I'm saying? I felt toes messed up. You know what I'm saying? I got shoulder issues right now, but I don't regret shit. I would trade it all for the world time and time again. I think y'all need to understand that. I would trade playing football for the world multiple times again. I would. But it just shows you while you're doing it, cherish it. Days are long, weeks are short. Days are long, weeks are short. You're gonna miss it. Don't ever in your life think, I'm better off without it, because you're gonna miss it. You are going to miss football one way or another. One way or another, you're gonna miss it. And then at some point, you're gonna look at yourself and be like, damn, I should have taken that one practice more seriously. Damn, I should have made that play in that. Like, there are times I wake up and I'm like, damn, I could have got that pick. Damn, I could have got that bat down if I would have took a half a step less. You're gonna miss it so much, man. You're gonna miss it so much, man. Cherish it while you got it. Continue to play it. Continue to have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? And then make a career out of it. That's what I did. I loved football so much. I'm making a career out of talking about football, man. I'm making a career on social media and in broadcasting because I love football so much. And I want that for y'all too, man. I want that for y'all too. Please cherish that game. Cherish everything about it, because when it's gone, I promise you it's gone. When it's gone, I promise you it's gone. You will never get it back, and you're going to regret every single thing that you didn't do in the sport. But life after football is weird, man. Life after football is weird. I'm in grad school. I'm about to finish up grad school. But coming home to no practice or nothing, coming home to free time is weird to me. I've never came home to free time. In college, I never came home to free time. I played 2 sports in college. Never came home to free time. It's weird. I've never done this before. Like, what the hell? I'm over here thinking, and I'm covering the football team. I'm doing all of this. I'm just like, I've never had this much free time. It's so weird, bro. It's so strange. And it's so crazy how do y'all do this? How do people that ain't never played football, that ain't never played sports or nothing, how do y'all come home and just chill out? You know what I'm saying? I've taken so many more naps than I've ever taken in my life just because of all the free time I got. I'm no longer getting out of practice at 7, 8, and 9 o'clock. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's so crazy. I just feel like it's hard to explain. I wanna have a sit down talk with somebody who is done with football and going through the same things I go through, so I can know that like I'm not alone. Cause good God, I miss this sport so much. I miss it so much. Every time I talk about it, I reminisce. Every time I look at it, I reminisce. Every time I think about it, I reminisce. Every time I do all of that, I reminisce. And I'm just, I miss it so much. But cherish the sport, man. Cherish it, cherish it, cherish it. It'll forever be here, but cherish it while you're still playing it. Always. But I'm going to wrap today's episode up. I'm going to do a little bit more plugging. Please, guys, go follow, go support on the main TikTok at Troupey Whoopie. That's where it all started. Go follow and support the TikTok page at the Trust Troupey Podcast. Go follow the podcast pages on Spotify and Apple Podcasts at the Trust Troupey Podcast. Go subscribe to the YouTube to where you'll see visuals, you know what I'm saying? My facial expressions, all of that. I'm working on doing a little bit more editing and stuff like that, so you guys are seeing a little bit more. Go subscribe to the YouTube. Go check out the podcast on YouTube and everything. Just keep supporting. We're slowly growing. We're slowly doing our thing, fellas. Fellas and ladies, I apologize. We're slowly, and everyone in between. We're slowly getting growth. We're slowly doing what we got to do. I appreciate all of y'all for supporting me. I appreciate all the love and support that I'm getting. I appreciate all of that. I love y'all dearly. Listen, you ain't got to like me. You ain't got to love me. You ain't even got to listen to me. But you can 100% trust me. This was episode 16 of the Trust Troupey Podcast. I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.